Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm a nutritionist and today I'm going to talk about 5 healthy foods that I would never eat after 50. But before we begin, please like this video so it can spread to more people and help them learn more about nutrition. And if you want more videos like this one, then make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. Let's get started with number 5. Number 5 is calcium-fortified orange juice. Why? Well, there are 2 main reasons why. The first reason has to do with the high amounts of calcium that we get from our diets. As we age, especially after menopause in women, we start to absorb less calcium and have higher losses of calcium through our kidneys and our urine, so we need more calcium in our diet. However, what happens when we consume lots of calcium? Well, it tends to settle in our arteries, making them stiffer and harder, which increases your risk for heart attacks and strokes. Therefore, we want to avoid foods high in calcium after 50, and calcium-fortified orange juice is one of them. You may be saying, well, wait a minute, orange juice is good for me, it has vitamin C, and that's good for my immune system. That's true. Vitamin C does help support your immune system, but it also helps the absorption of iron if you have an iron deficiency. So what you should do is simply drink the orange juice without the added calcium. If you want your orange juice to be fortified, then add your own calcium. You can use a calcium supplement, or you can eat foods that naturally contain calcium such as Greek yogurt, sardines, salmon, tofu, broccoli, and so forth. The second reason why you shouldn't drink calcium-fortified orange juice has to do with something called bioavailability. What is bioavailability? Bioavailability refers to how much of a nutrient you can actually absorb and use from the food you eat. For example, if you eat spinach, it has lots of iron, but unfortunately it also has lots of oxalates that bind to the iron and prevent you from absorbing it. So, although spinach has iron, the bioavailability is not very good. On the other hand, if you eat meat, it contains heme-iron, which is more bioavailable. You can absorb more of it and use it. Calcium-fortified orange juice also suffers from low bioavailability because the calcium in the juice binds to the pulp of the juice, making it unavailable for your body to absorb. Even if you add vitamin D to the mix, which many brands of calcium-fortified orange juices do, it doesn't really help that much, because vitamin D will only enhance the absorption of calcium by about 20%. And even that is unlikely to happen unless your diet is deficient in vitamin D, which most people's aren't. Now, this is not to say that orange juice is bad for you. It's actually quite the opposite. Drinking orange juice is excellent for your overall health, as it is rich in antioxidants and fiber. Just make sure you buy the kind that is not fortified with calcium. Number 4 on the list is sweetened yogurt. Did you know that most yogurts sold in grocery stores are loaded with sugar? The American Heart Association recommends no more than 25 grams of added sugars per day for women and no more than 36 grams per day for men. Yet 1 cup of Yoplait original yogurt contains 29 grams of added sugars. That's almost half of what you should consume in an entire day. It's important to note that these numbers are maximums and not targets. In other words, try to eat as little added sugar as possible. Ideally, you want to aim for less than 10 grams of added sugars per day. Some studies have linked consuming too much sugar to an increased risk of dementia, Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's disease, cancer, and diabetes. Sugar is also known to cause tooth decay. Sugar feeds the bacteria in your mouth, which produces acids that destroy tooth enamel and dentin, leading to cavities and gum disease. Sugar causes weight gain and obesity, which increases your risk for developing heart disease, diabetes, and other chronic medical conditions. So try to avoid sweetened yogurt altogether. Instead, opt for plain non-fat or low-fat Greek yogurt, which is high in protein and low in sugars. If you need some sweetness, you can add your own by using a natural sweetener such as stevia or erythritol. Okay. Let's move on to number 3. Number 3 is almond butter with added sugar. Almond butter is a great source of protein, fiber, and healthy fats. And unlike many other nut butters, it does not contain trans fats, which are unhealthy fats that are typically found in processed foods. Trans fats increase your risk for heart disease and stroke. They also increase your risk for type 2 diabetes, and they can worsen insulin resistance. Despite all the health benefits of almond butter, many brands add sugar to their almond butter, which can negate all the health benefits. Some brands add a lot of sugar. For example, 1 tablespoon of Justin's dark chocolate. Almond butter contains 7 grams of added sugars. That's almost twice the amount of sugar you should consume in an entire day. So always read the labels on your almond butter to ensure it's free of added sugar. If you do find one that doesn't have added sugar, then you can rest assured that it's a healthy fat that can help lower blood sugar levels, improve cholesterol profiles, and protect against heart disease. Number 2 is granola. Granola is usually made from rolled oats, but it's often loaded with added sugars, seed oils, and nuts. Many granola bars and packages of granola you see at the grocery store are a complete nutritional nightmare. One popular brand, Nature Valley, has 18 grams of added sugar per serving. That's way too much. Not only that, but the sugars are the first ingredients listed, which means that the granola bar or granola mix is mostly made up of sugar. This is similar to eating candy bars or cookies. Of course, granola can be healthy if you make it yourself and use very little natural sweeteners such as honey or maple syrup. Or you can simply eat oatmeal without adding any sweetener at all. In fact, oatmeal is one of the best breakfast foods you can eat. It helps lower blood sugar levels, improves cholesterol profiles, helps you lose weight, and protects against heart disease. And finally, number 1 on the list is raisins. Raisins are just dried grapes, right? Well, yes they are, which makes them extremely high in sugars. 1 cup of raisins contains 33 grams of sugar. That's over 50% of the total amount of sugar you should consume in an entire day. Raisins are also high in calories. 1 cup contains 480 calories. That's the same as 3 apples or 2 bananas. Plus, raisins have a high glycemic index, which means they can raise your blood sugar levels quickly. For all these reasons, I recommend avoiding raisins altogether. Instead, you can eat fresh grapes, which are lower in calories, lower in sugars, and have a lower glycemic index. Grapes are also rich in antioxidants and nutrients, so not only are they tasty, but they're also very healthy. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, please leave me a comment below and tell me which one of these 5 foods you were surprised by. Remember, good nutrition starts with good information. Take care.